In junior high, my band teacher used to say, "Practice doesn't make perfect, perfect practice makes perfect." In college, my teachers used to say, "Repetition is the key to learning." All I know is I learn something new with each book I publish. And my third fiction book, Battle for the Land of Sweets, was no exception. Hi, I'm Caitlin King, author of YA Christian fiction, Christian growth journals, and more. Come with me and I'll tell you all about how I'm living my author dreams, and you can too. It is a universal truth that the more you do something, the better you will become at that skill. It stands to reason, then, that my third fiction novel should have been easier to publish than my first. If you agreed with that statement, then we're both wrong. Welcome to the club. We can create a secret handshake later. I too thought that I knew enough about publishing after releasing 2 books in the More Than Conquerors series that I wouldn't have too hard of a time publishing Battle for the Land of Sweets. If you follow me on my social media, you probably saw my announcement when the physical book release date was pushed back. I was pretty frustrated that this happened. However, we often learn through setbacks. So here are the 5 things I learned while publishing my third novel. Number 1. I could design my book cover. There are a few rules that people in this industry have, and one of them is that authors should not design their own covers. Personally, my opinion is to do what you have to when you get started. Most indie authors starting out do not have the money to hire a cover artist. I decided with my More Than Conquerors series, I'd do my best to design the starter covers and rebrand them with a cover designer later. This is a common practice in both the indie publishing and traditionally publishing world. When I decided to work on Battle for the Land of Sweets, I had a very specific vision in mind. I wanted the cover to be reminiscent of the Chronicles of Narnia and Nutcracker in the Four Realms movie posters, since my story has similar vibes to both of them. I wanted a reader to walk by in a store, see that cover, and think of those 2 movies, and if they liked those, that this book was for them. I didn't think that there was any way I could make this, however. I set out to find a cover artist. At one point, I wanted to hire a author tuber that I had been watching. However, after watching one of her videos where she described working with authors, I thought we wouldn't make a very good fit. Then I went to my connections on the King's Daughter writing camp. I had a few people who seemed interested, but were also unsure if they would be able to capture my vision. In an effort to explain what I was wanting, I started experimenting on Canva, and surprisingly was able to create something I was quite proud of. To go from the mindset of, I could never do that, to, wow, I can't believe I did that, was extremely gratifying. It took quite a few trials and error, but in the end I was able to create my own book cover. I realized I could do more than I thought I could, and I'm betting you can too. Number 2. I can have my books on Audible. I love audiobooks. One of my favorite things to do right now is listen to audiobooks while I take my dog for a walk. You'll never know the absolute joy it gave me to hear.
This is Audible.
Battle for the Land of Sweets, Christmas Realm Chronicles, Book 1. Written by Caitlin King. Narrated by Steve Travers.
I started doing research, and though there are a few ways this can be done, I chose to go through Audible. I placed an audition on ACX and received several applicants. My husband and I listened to them on our road trip last summer. I really enjoyed several of the auditions, but felt that Steve Travers captured the essence of the characters best. he was amazing to work with, and we've already decided he will also be narrating the More Than Conquerors books. Number 3, I can have my book on pre-order. This was my first experiment with pre-orders, and honestly, it saved my release. As an indie author, I choose to publish firstly through KDP, or as it's known to everyone else, Amazon. They're free to upload a book, and they're really user-friendly. So far, they only have pre-orders on ebooks though. Many authors, myself included, are hopeful that they will add physical book pre-orders soon. It is possible to do physical book pre-orders through Ingram Spark, but several author-tubers have been making videos about their struggles with Ingram, especially concerning pre-orders. I've decided to err on the side of caution and only upload my books to Ingram after the launches on Amazon have gone smoothly. So with that in mind, I set up a pre-order for the ebook of Battle for the Land of Sweets, which was great because the ebook was released on the date I had designated, even though there was an issue with the physical book. Which brings us to number 4. There's a page size discrepancy when you have full-size images in your book. For Battle for the Land of Sweets, I designed beautiful chapter headers. I'm so in love with them. And after several, and I do mean several, proof copies, it was perfect and ready for publishing. Or so I thought. Turns out, KDP would not approve the book unless the inside pages were bigger to account for the machines printing and cutting multiple books at a time. This was not called out when I did the pre-orders, so I changed the page sizes, and that changed the formatting of the entire book. I really wish I had known about all this when I got started, but at this point, all I could say is it was a lesson I learned the hard way. Before I give number 5, if you like this content, be sure to like this video and drop a comment below. It helps the algorithm out and lets me know what types of videos you like watching. I also drop a lot of these secrets in the moment on my Patreon channel under the Author Secrets tier. Click the link in the description for more details. Number 5. Personal experience really shines through. As I explained in the video, inspiration is everywhere. Growing up, I danced in the Nutcracker for several years. That familiarity with the story was very evident to my readers. Multiple people have told me that they could tell just how well I knew the Nutcracker story. This feedback has prompted me to make sure that my stories always have a little bit of me in them. I love writing, and my author journey is just beginning. I'm looking forward to learning more and more with each book I publish. There are links to all of my books in the caption below. And if you're interested in keeping up with my progress, follow my channel so you will be notified whenever I upload a new video, or follow my social media profiles at author Caitlin King everywhere. Thanks for watching. Bye.